All right, so today's video, we are gonna do a garage organize, clean, and declutter. Now, I'm not worried about this stuff, that's decorations. But I wanna redo, so that's the wood I got left. Not too bad, it's not too much. But I also have some scrap wood under there. I'm gonna go through all that. But what I wanna do is, after thinking about it, I'm gonna take the bikes down, I wanna move the fridge over, figure out what I wanna do with the wood. Those shelves need to be organized, cleaned up. I got stuff in these that all need to be gone through. I also wanna go through the tool chest and organize them, because just like an example here, yeah, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of mixed up stuff. This is a miscellaneous drawer, but go through that. Still haven't put anything in these, so that's what I want to do, is start getting stuff organized. I did buy magnetic labels, so every drawer will be labeled. So we got that. I got these so that you can easily find whatever size you're looking for. So I got these labels. We're going to try these out. Hopefully they work. Same with these. This drawer needs to be gone through. That drawer is good. I've already gone through that. But this drawer in here needs to be gone through. And now that I got room, I want to move that sign. I want to put up a shelf up here. So extend this shelf. So now I got more room for all my cars and anything else I want to put out. Because right now you can see I'm double and triple stacking stuff over there. So we'll put up a shelf. We'll get them a little bit more cleaned up here. I wanted to do this before I started working on the Camaro again. So that's why just being able to find stuff is just going to be key. You see in here, that's a mess. That is a mess. That's been a collection spot for screws and odds and ends. And you can see there's a lot more. And then my tools, that's why I bought the tool chest, is these guys are just, on top of crap. So I also want to go through those bins, and actually I bought these bins for it. Get rid of all that, put them all in here so they're easy grab and go stuff. So that's part of this project as well. It's going to take a while, but in the end, I know it'll be worth it. I've been meaning to do this, it's just not having time. So I want to do this now and get started.
So you dance in light, heavy smoke. Have you fixed that treasured heart that's so broke? Here is a tape, follow me, give this a meaning. Do you want to feel the rush when somebody is listening? Heaven is getting closer.
so these are all the inside Christmas Villages boxes. Now that I made room in the garage, I think I can fit them. So then that makes our shed look like this. A lot more open. All those 3 bins are what I'm gonna need to get at for Christmas. So they'll be nice and easy to pull out. So there you go. This is a little bit more how the shed should have looked.
Wait to Bailey. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Can you feel the ground quaking? The cracks of hell beneath your feet. There's no God, you are forsaken.
All right, well, here's this side of the garage with no Camaro in it. So there's still a Bailey over there too. Some of the tools that I found either under the Camaro or with the welder and whatnot, or I put them on the table here. So, but this will allow me access to be able to work and go through all of this and just clean up in general. But like I said, I gotta do that drawer. We're doing the whole tool cabinet, both of them. And then we wanna go through these and this. So as you saw, that side of the garage is now done. I ended up just moving this bin over just temporarily while the car's here. So then I can still access my cardboard, recyclables and whatnot. So that just got pushed over, put the welder back there. Don't really need it if I'm not working on the car. I put all the kids' scooters right in front here. There's a plug over there, so it just makes it so we can charge everything. And they can easily grab it and then go ride. There you go, that's the update right now, and it's getting dark out as you can see. I'm gonna still keep working, because since I installed all these lights, I can still see. All right, so I did some work last night. I got this new shelf put up, and I kind of organized, cleaned off all my cars, hung up some stuff, moved the sign, rearranged all the stuff hanging up, clean these cars. So still got more work to do. Obviously that's dirty, and we're gonna get all that cleaned up once we rearrange these tools. So I can clean these up a little bit, mainly just put them in the right spot. They're kind of, you can see which ones I've been using a lot, these right here. But for the most part, my wrenches are fairly organized. Now here's where it gets, like this one's good. So I really don't need to do anything here. This one's okay. It's just mainly doing the labeling, making sure everything's good. Here's where it gets in. This one I don't have enough room for. You see I got some of these guys all stacked up on each other, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted more room. Is I want to do all my impacts in one drawer and then all my normal sockets stuff in another. So I'm gonna do the labeling on them and get all these guys organized out. So I would like everything to be like next to each other. So have all my 1/2-inch drive stuff in one, have all like the impacts in another, and you can see like this one is not impacts. But so that's what I need to do, is rearrange and get all this stuff to mirror each other. I do have like all these wrenches. These are all big ones and like adjustables. And I would like all my wrenches all like kind of together. So wrench, wrench, wrench. So that's what I want to do.
In this nightmare of defeat. There are only ashes left and clouds of dust. It will all go black, no more light. Blood in the sky, burning down.
All right, so this is all my 1/2-inch drive sockets. Well, actually, I got a few more, but this is something I've been wanting to do for a while because some of these, you know, labeled nice, but others, like some of these old ones, like from my grandfather, my great-grandfather, yeah, they're not as easy to find. This is a 916, but it's super small and whatnot. And I just got like a different variety of sockets. Like this one's made by Master Force. What's this one? This one's a Craftsman. We got a mixture of Craftsman, PT. See, PT, Ryobi, Husky. So like a lot of different brands, so they all look a little different. So that's why I wanted to try this labeler to make it easier to find and hopefully a little neater. Take a cue out of Cambria's book. Use some of this Dawn Ultra Power Wash. And clean this thing up so that it's nice and neat looking again. So let that soak a little bit, and then I'll come and wipe it out and whatnot.
Paralyzed, devil rise in the skies. Can you feel the ground quaking? The cracks of hell beneath your feet. There's no God, you are forsaken. In this nightmare of defeat. Nightmare of defeat.
All right, so it's a new day. Made great progress on the toolboxes. The only thing left with the toolboxes right now is this upper shelf. So I still got to go through this and organize it out. Otherwise, all the rest of the boxes are good. Got this all cleaned up. This makes, I mean, everything just is so much nicer. It's all wiped down, cleaned up. So I'm really happy with the way that is. To finish, still got to go through this drawer. These two shelves. This cabinet's pretty much done. If I get everything else done, then I'll open this one up, see if there's anything else. Go through this upper part, and then these shelves right here. This is something I've been meaning to tackle for a long time. So getting this done would be huge. But otherwise, everything else is looking super good. I'm pretty happy with the way it's all turning out.
empty, broken walls, and I can't see it clearly, but it's obvious. I know that you left me alone inside this empty, broken hall, and now you'll be the reason why my soul is tainted. Somebody help me, 'cause I'm feeling trapped and I don't know what to do. There's no one to save me from this hurt I feel deep within my bones. Did you ever think of me and see the things I did? Sold my soul and everything, I was to the lowest bid. Crawled into your poison dome, yet every single time you got into my mind, you got into my mind. But all I ever wanted was you. But you left me alone inside these empty, broken walls, and I can't see it clearly, but it's all.
Finally got to a point of where everything has been touched, minus that cabinet, but that one I'm not as worried about because it's fairly organized already. So we got all these shelves cleaned out, starting to put stuff back there, start putting some stuff back in here. We got this top one all cleared out. Look at it, even has plugs. So this one, so if you look at these are both 2000 series Craftsman. This one's a couple years old, that one's new. So the difference is they put these plastic pieces on versus the old one. The old one came with this rubber piece, that rubber piece, but none of the pieces for inside. The new one came with all the rubber pieces. And then the other thing is, instead of mounting it in the side here, which I don't really like because it is so low and it just gets covered up, is they mounted the new one up top, which I like. That's where I wish this one would be, like right here. But oh well, it is what it is. That was the last step on getting all these done. I don't know what I'm gonna put here yet, but we'll figure it out. I decided that I was also, I'm gonna go donate my circular saw, my corded, and my corded saber saw. So that's, I pulled those out and now that's what it looks like. And then one of my door kits. So that's what it looks like now. Pretty empty, which is nice. I like the space. This is really nice. And then Xander was nice enough to do all of my ratchet straps, so that's great. Now I just have to figure out what to do with the rest of this mess. So basically, I just got to put everything away. This is what's left to put away. The upper's done. I got emergency sandbags up there, some, what do you call them? Car towels. This is kind of like some of it's emergency, like if we lose power, we can still cook. I got a charcoal grill. Got one of those wind-up radios and whatnot. And that speaker, I mean, I could still Bluetooth to that because that's got a battery in it. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. So now it's just going through all this crap and finding a home for it.
See the things I
right, so after many hours of sorting and organizing, I am finally done doing all this organizing. So I had these bins and they were full of stuff, but I got them for free a couple years ago. They were full of stuff and whatnot. I bought these bins, I don't know, 2 years ago or a year ago, and I've been meaning to transfer everything out of these and into these. I finally did it. I had 2 of these bins. I got everything down to 1 now, and everything else is in these. So I threw away a lot of stuff, but I just wanted to get it all organized and condensed down in a neat manner. And by going through it all, yeah, it's like, okay, why am I storing this if I don't need it? So I'm really glad I finally got through it all, and now I can start putting stuff away. I think we're pretty much in the home stretch on this project, but I didn't want to show you 6 hours at least of me just going through and organizing and sorting and whatnot. So you just got like the abbreviated version. But yeah, this project's taken a lot longer redoing and organizing than I thought, but that's sometimes you just gotta put in the time to do it and get it the way you want it, and then you're just gonna be able to find stuff. I like going through all these cabinets and everything. There's stuff I didn't even knew I had, so it's nice to be like, oh, there's this, or hey, I was looking for this. So I am super glad I got done. Super tired, but glad I got it done. So this is the last part. So after I took down the Halloween decorations, I was trying to put away all my lights and stuff like that. So I already did the bottom, and then I had to do this top piece too, or the middle, whatever. So now I just have to go through this and this, and then that's it. The whole garage will be completely gone through. See what we need and get rid of stuff, or now that the house is more set up, maybe there's a different spot that it's supposed to go. So I'll do this, and then the garage is done. there we go. Kind of organized it out. I try to get all my like lubrication oils all together, all my degreasers and grease all together, automotive fuel and all your other fluids and oils. So yeah, there we go. And then there's some stuff like that. Don't need that. I haven't used those in forever, so we'll get rid of them. And there you go. So when we originally bought this house, we had, this bench was here, kind of. It was originally to about here. It had another drawer in it, but the drawer was broken and like just saturated with oil, totally wrecked. I ended up taking out one of the cabinets from the kitchen I put here, and it covers up the pump motor for the sprinkler system. So that's what's in that corner there. Can you get at it? Yes. Easily? No. But this bench does move with some motivation. But so yeah, so I combined these elements together, put a coating on, and boom. So this came with the house, essentially. And then I did all of the shelves, fans, I hung all the lighting, all that good stuff. But that was one of the big reasons why I really liked this house, was because it was a 2.5 car garage, or an oversized 2-car, and it already had like the bench space. There's actually another bench on that side, which I totally disassembled and made so we could have our storage area. Since I'm not actively working on the Camaro at the moment, it's pushed all the way to the side here. Covered up, pushed to the side. I do want to set up for Christmas, and by having access to this side of the garage, it'll just make things easier. So until I am done setting up for Christmas, it's staying there. But everything has been touched, cleaned off, gone through, decluttered, organized. So such a big difference all around. So you saw that I moved stuff over there. Now we got our freezer right next to our fridge. I got a pile of donations that I gotta take to Goodwill, but you can see my shelves here are not full. So that's really nice. Even up here, I got some space too. Before that was full. These cabinets turned out awesome. They are not to capacity anymore. So that is just a night and day difference. Everything has a place. Everything is with like items. Getting the shelf up here is great because it just allowed me to kind of spread out all my cars. And then the addition of this really made the difference. And this was full. Now it just has some iPro gloves and a torque wrench, some lighters, chargers and batteries. I mean, besides, that big charger. But yeah, just all the tools cleaned up. And yeah, I mean, that's for the Camaro. That's why it's sitting out there. But yeah, everything just gone through. Got all my electrical wiring and stuff in one spot. This is all just full of manuals, user manuals. Now this one I already had done before starting this project, but all my inflatable stuff, spikes, tie downs, which is gonna come in handy here shortly. This is kind of like a house drawer. I got the sprinkler system stuff, some flag stuff, some different parts, extra pieces, whatnot. But yeah, like for doing the quail cages and the sprinkler systems, everything's in here. Just, yeah, just everything all together where it's supposed to be, all labeled so you can find it. I totally forgot I had all these. These were, I had them before in my miscellaneous drawer, but I got like these giant bits. I did end up taking one of my Ryobi tools and I scraped all this out to be able to, this plastic, to be able to fit all these guys in one thing. Same with this. This is only had like 5 pieces that it could hold. Now it can hold a lot more. So I got all those items together. I got one of my tools in here along with a bunch of other blades. Measuring tools. Cutting. Some of my power tools. This one's got corded tools, chargers. All my wrenches are all laid out neat. Impacts. So all the before, like a lot of the stuff was combined with just the regular stuff, but now I got the impacts have their own drawer. I really liked redoing these with the paint to make them pop more. These stickers didn't really want to stick to these, so it was great that I was able to do the paint labeling. So that actually worked out well. Air tools, plumbing, some adjustables, pliers, whatnot. Clamp drawer, just a bunch of clamps. My electrical drawer, and some cable stuff for doing cable lines, whatever, TV lines. Automotive, got some of my magazines in here, but a lot of the specialty tools, kits and whatnot for doing the Camaro and other cars, I guess. Metric wrenches. Quarter. 3/8. This is the only thing that's kind of like a weird thing because it's just so long. It's like it doesn't fit in any of the drawers except like this. So it is what it is. And like since I combined, like I took this Craftsman holder, but I got the gear wrench set. So it's like I used the Craftsman holder because it had more of these different ones, because you can see the ones that the gear wrench came with. It didn't have the 11/16, didn't have the 11 or the 12, so I like this holder better. So I kept the Craftsman holder with basically a gear wrench set filled in with some Craftsman. So I did label those guys, and all the other ones you can read fairly easy, the gear wrench ones. So Same with this Craftsman holder, but with a lot of gear wrench and or Husky. I mean, I got just a mixture. I got Cobalt, Husky, Craftsman, gear wrench, some snap-ons from my great-grandfather. Hammers. This one's kind of like a mixed drawer. Chisels, scrapers, punches. What else? Pry bars, yeah, all that good stuff. Welding clamps. Miscellaneous. So my miscellaneous drawer before was pretty full and with a lot of like odds and ends. Now it seems to be a lot better. Some tap and dies, some to-go kits. Yeah. Grinding and metal prep drawer. I was able to get everything all in there. It's just nice. That is the toolbox now with the addition. Now everything can fit, has a place. It takes some of the load off of these, which then makes these easier to maintain and keep them clean and organized. But there you go. That is my clean, declutter, and organize of my 2.5 car garage. So, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, like, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of my garage work here. And stay tuned for our Christmas decorations, which will be coming up shortly. All right, see you next time. Bye.